Hi guys, welcome back to the third round of the Workers and Resources Roundtable. This is the second part where I'm going to show you the time-lapse of the build. It's currently 1st of March 1972 and this would be the part I would hand over the game to Chris. So in the time-lapse we're going to make a flashback from the end of the build until, well, not until now, until winter begins. And during winter, well, I just let the game play a little bit and I upgraded some roads and things like that. But I first want to go into the comments. After that, I would like to play the time-lapse in which I'm commenting as well. And in the end, I want to take give some ideas about the future, what we're... I have some plans in the future and maybe it's going to happen, maybe not, but I thought it would be nice to discuss this with you. So, in the comments, Kachip actually commented that we don't need a substation here because the distribution office doesn't need fuel, and that's absolutely right. I hardly play with electrified railway, so I instantly went, we need fuel. Well, we actually don't. So we can kind of don't do that. And he was right about that. For the rest, I had made the prefab panel factory. But let me come this. We need a crossover here. That was a suggestion Bibel Joe did, and he was absolutely right. I totally made this one actually because in my head there was a crossing. So I actually did create crossing, but then it created a very short piece of railway here. We also have this because of my created intersection here. This is also pretty short, so I actually ended up not putting the crossover there, but kind of relying here on this on these crossovers, because prefab panel trains take a long time to load, and yeah, I don't think there are going to be a lot of them, and I think that once our steel mill is on full production, we won't have enough coal, so we will stop exporting coal, meaning that I don't think there is going to be a lot of train traffic here. So I think this will be alright, but for now I want to thank Bibel Joe and Kachip a lot for their comments, but I think I'm going to leave it and see how it's played. If it's going to be an issue, I think we need to have some real good look at the railway and the busyness and the short tracks here, and maybe redesign that. Anyway, that was my reaction to the comment. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. Let's dive into the timeline and I'll be back later with some talk about the future. See you there. Hi, welcome to the time-lapse. This is actually going to be, I think, about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit less. I'm playing 5 times speed here, and I will try to comment on what I'm doing. At first, I'm noticing that we are not distributing any liquids, so I need to check that later. So yeah, we start by extending our farm area because we need more fields. So I am adding fields here, and then the idea is that the farm that Chris made will get more fields. The farm Kachip made will tend to these fields, and my farm, which is in between, will get some more fields of Kachip. So we do actually create more grain without adding an extra farm. I wasn't really happy because the fields weren't in the middle, and I didn't like that, so I needed to rebuild them. If it's not right, it's wrong, kind of thing. If it's not the right angle, it's the wrong angle. So yeah, I'm removing the nodes and kind of construct this first, get that started. I'm adding fields here as well, but I didn't like to being a little bit cramped. So in the end I decided to create some smaller fields, but it looks more organic to me. Sorry, Kachip, for removing the trees, but that's going to be alright. I'm fixing that later. I didn't have a bulldozer here, but that doesn't really matter, I think, because it's a farm, so the farm roads don't have to be straight, in my opinion. So I'm adding some roads so that we can construct everything easier, quicker. And adding the trees, so they can grow and everything. Once the fields are done, the trees are also grown. Here I'm measuring the length from the bus station towards the prefab panel factory and the steel mill, and I'm actually at the point where I'm thinking, well, now it's going to be too long of a walk, so we need an extra passenger station or worker station here, which is in, and like this. And then I also decided to make an overpass here. Not here, because if you are in the train, don't stick your head out, because you will, well, you won't be, you have a headache, so to say. I'm placing it somewhere else here, but in the end, to be honest, I'm still not happy with the placement here. It's too close to the railway area, in my opinion. But I then decided to keep it. Oh yeah, we didn't have any electricity in the woodcutters station and the sawmill, so I decided to add another substation and to relink the electrical wires. So there's one substation on the right, which is actually not linked at the moment. Maybe in future we can use it. Oh, removing a train because it was blocking the construction train. We are having issues with the grain supply. Not all dumpers are returning full or with the desired amount of gravel, because the prefab panel is getting or eating all the grain. Gravel. Some railway construction here. So yeah, I think here I'm going to follow the train, and we're going to get into some really horrible frame rates, and I don't know how that happened, because my frame rate normally is like 50, especially in this game, but this is going to be really awful, laughable awful. Here it is. And I'm not sure what happened there. I'm just later in the same video I also follow this again, and that's really like normal. So this is kind of thank you very much. So constructing again, and this was the last piece of the axis there, so I can put the right signals in, so we don't have to have double signals from the railway construction office anymore. And we can have our construction start there. This train, you see the question mark, I'm following it. It can't find its way to the customs. And I have been looking and looking, but all the signals were right. And I was, how do you not find the way to the customs? And with every signal it stopped. And it stopped again and again. And I was dumbfounded. I checked it and checked it and checked it. Well, in the end, it just got to the customs, and dropped its cargo, and it was a bit confused, this train. Anyway, I checked at the health and I thought, oh my god, we don't have any food. The food supply is empty here. In the end, the reason was that one of the wagons was only accepting grain. And I changed that, I think, to food or to accept everything. I think I changed it to food because two of the other wagons were set to accept only clothes and accept only electronics. So food. Well, it dropped its cargo and I was kind of, hurry up, people are dying here. And I was, come on, load, or unload in this case. So in the end, I think I just sent it home as Control H. I was kind of fed up and go home and hurry up because, I Control H the train, and here's the train arriving, and we have food again. I upped the number of people who could work in the supermarket. I also upped the number of people in the hospital, I think, to be able to handle the supply of people who are hungry or ill or whatever. But I don't think we lost a lot of people here. They are going the dumpers through the passenger station. I'm trying to have them not go through the passenger station there. Tinkering. I love the tinkering part. Just here I'm figuring out why are we not receiving any fuel. We are not receiving any fuel and the fuel supply was empty, so that's potentially a problem, especially if buses don't ride anymore. And in the end, the issue was we couldn't go from the distribution office to the fuel station. And normally this is an issue because the route you go from the distribution office to the oil factory, load with fuel there and then go to the fuel station in the industrial area. But if a train for some reason cannot deliver all its cargo there, then the train will return to the distribution office with some fuel. The next thing it triggers to get fuel, it will go to the end station and first deliver its load. Well, it could not go from the distribution office to the fuel station. I'm not sure if this is always the case, that if a train or a wagon in the distribution office already has a certain cargo, it will deliver it to its destination first. But I have seen that in my own game as well. And I haven't found when this exactly happens, but it does happen. So I'm doing some beautification, and I always rename the stations and name the lines, because we are doing an roundtable with other people playing as well. It's much easier to see what bus goes where and what line goes where. checking the gravel situation. So yeah, the ear, so we can put a little piece at the fuel station in. Go away. Great, great. Yeah, this is a busy area here. I'm glad I didn't put the junction to the wood area near the distribution offices, because that's going to be more and more busy. So here I think we're putting the workers towards the wood area in. Good idea that workers can reach the prefab panel factory. That's done. So now I'm going to connect the fields and assigning the fields to the farm, and having the reassigning some fields to one farm from the other, and also adding the fields to the distribution office. I'm not sure if I did the reassign to the distribution office well, so I think I will put it in the notes as well, that we need to watch when we are harvesting, that all fields are being harvested. You can easily see that in the grain overlay. But I will put it in the notes, Chris and Kachip. So we're I want to say, so we're creating the last piece towards the oil station. I saw. I think this is a point where we are finished with the wood area, and the open storage catches fire. That was a great discovery. So putting workers towards the steel factory in, or the line. Oh yeah, I did a loggers in. Yeah. You know, these loggers can be in orange, and I like orange. So, and I've never used these, so we're going to watch a little bit very close here. I wanted to see how they looked when they are working, and how look. Isn't this nice? I really love the look of them. So yeah, removing some beautifications, and the road wasn't straight, and it didn't feel it was pretty enough. So I redid this, tinkering. Adding the wood cutting posts to the liquid distribution. I think I am adding the fuel delivery to do it by truck, because we are really low on fuel at this moment in the industrial area. I don't want this to be a problem where people can't reach their jobs and things like that. Because we are creating electrical train, so your construction office or your railway construction train has to go there twice, once to build the railway and once to build the electrical part of the electrical railway. Well, checking the stats, everything's going up, hopefully. Except for here. And yes, there's a fire. So I'm checking the fire stations here and I was, oh my god. So I'm pressing pause right away, and you know, we need a fire station here, and so I'm putting that in. And yeah, the open storage is gone. That's nothing to do. It is what it is. Just watch it go. Done. Boom. Here I am telling not to import wood and boards from the customs, and so we are for the construction material, except for the electrical components and mechanical components, we are self-sufficient at this moment, which is great. Yay! So here we are seeing, I think that we are receiving our first fuel delivery again, and I just removed the fuel from the vehicle distribution office. So we are only distributing through the train distribution office here. Yeah, we are not creating enough gravel, and that's because we are not creating enough quarried stone. So I'm adding some vehicles, and I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but I know I'm coming back and adding more, because I know I added 4. I added 4 excavators. Ah, here I am adding the other 2. Great. So we're not having a shortage of gravel. And I know, because once we're done, once Chris takes over the storage, the gravel storage is getting fuller and fuller. Actually, the distribution office can't keep up, so then you have access, which is a good thing. I'm removing to import bitumen. For some reason we were still importing that. What else? You know, I'm doing the administration here. Or the bookkeeping. I think it's called bookkeeping. So it's getting winter, and I know I'm ending it here. Thank you for watching so far. I'm going into the future plans now. See you there. Bye bye. So we're back to the 1st of March. I want to, last winter I have added, you know, asphalted some of the roads here. And I just really watch the population grow, which is 8,000. We added the city hall. You know, we have some workers unemployed, so maybe we can in future add some more buses to go to the steel factory. Our fire station is done, and you know, it's working, and we have a pretty great coverage now. Only not the steel factory, but we have a fire station here. For the rest, in winter, well, I did this video on line spacing, and where line spacing is actually going great. The whole cleaning of the road was not so great. So actually, in the whole winter, not one bus actually arrived here before you know, it was time. So mostly people got off here or something. So I added a technical distribution office here, which is going for 2 kilometers a range. And I've been added all kind of signs. Where? here. Well, what? Wait a minute. Where are you? Do I have to? Oh yeah. I like don't snowplow this area, and I kind of noticed that if I put this at one side, and then it won't snowplow this area, but it will find another route somehow. I don't know. Well, maybe it was here to kind of do snowplow the other areas. So that's why I figured I have to block it off in both ways. So if you extend, otherwise you have to think about, okay, no snowplow can enter here, so it can kind of plow the other areas. So I also, you see me doing it here because I had, well, don't plow from here was my idea, and then the snowplows would come from here, and this wasn't there yet, and plow there anyway. So, but I think next winter this should be better. I also asphalted this part of the road, but for me, the farm area, you actually shouldn't asphalt that or put roads into. So I hopefully next winter this will be better, that workers can arrive here. We have enough iron, but still. So that was for what happened last winter. Oh yeah. I also added some wagons. Some wagons here, so we can distribute more of because we are making prefabs here and it's full, so we need to address that. So, and I wanted to talk to you about future plans, and that, you know, once you have been playing with Republic, I always have my imagination with it. So I was thinking what we could do and what is actually quite fun. This is the map. And this is one of the rare areas where you actually have a pretty wide river. And this is here. So I was thinking maybe we can create a harbor area like here, something like this. So you can have ships go here to the Western countries, and I think here would be the Soviet countries. It's not really in the middle, but pretty much. But because this area is so big, you can have a lot of traffic here. I like ships. Then I thought, well, we have this plateau here, and if you would live here, and we have this kind of Rotterdam shipping area, wouldn't it be great to sit in your garden and just look at the ships going back and forth? So I thought a little bit more. And I'll also pitch this idea to Kachip and Chris. What I actually would like is to create some kind of suburbia area with, you know, houses with a garden. And that Chris, Kachip, and I know that's not Soviet Republic. I know it's Soviet United States or something. But I would really like it if we could have kind of a village here where Kachip, myself, and Chris can have our own little house, and we can have maybe Chris can work at a bar and something like that, and maybe you can even, if you want, we can name houses to you, so we can have our little area together. And there are some great mods to really have suburban houses. I think even where you have your own car park, so you could have your own car and driving around in this area, and the people who work here could work in the harbor, you know, maybe constructing ships or something. So that's kind of an idea I was really thinking about, and I'm, you know, it sounds fun. For the rest, but we need to expand away from here because it's getting too full. We need to think of you know, utilizing other areas of the map, maybe here or something, because Yeah, well, whatever you put in here, it's too crowded. It's going to be too crowded. Maybe we can add a chemical plant, because I was thinking we could maybe put some sewage, water and sewage area here, and to deliver the chemicals only here and not export it. But that's for after the cosmonaut is on. So I think I'm going to leave it at this. I hope Chris is going to enjoy his turn. All the things I'm saying, I'm all here. I'm also putting into the notes. And thank you very much for watching if you've made it this far. And I hope you liked it. And see you next time. Bye bye.